To quote Ferris Bueller, life moves pretty fast, and if you don't stop and look around every once in a while, you may miss it. We're so involved in what we do as motovloggers. We have so much gear and tech. We focus on trying to create content, but at the same time, I believe we don't really take care of ourselves. And the reason I bring this up is because after 3.5 years of service, I was recently laid off from my job. And I do have other career prospects, but it makes me wonder, like, why me? Why again? This will be my second layoff. It can't be my skills, because I am in a high demand field, but I get on my motorcycle and I just get out and ride. And I wanted to do a moto vlog, but unfortunately the wind was so bad that the audio just went to crap. I didn't charge the front facing camera, so it'll eventually die after a while. The GoPro on my helmet's in the battery pack, so I have that taken care of, but my Senna's not charged either. So right now I'm just sitting there listening to the wind, the roar of the motorcycle, and just wondering what's going on with my life. You know, I've gone through this town and this road numerous times. I look around and I can see things come and go, just like the people that live here. I noticed that the highest building in my town is the hotel coming up on my right. And coming soon there'll be a new bank, which I recently applied to, and hopefully I get the job. It's one of the jobs I've been interested in. But as a growing moto vlogger, you know, we can't be perfect. Our tech is only as good as what we make it, and if we forget to charge it or the memory cards gets wiped, it's what we make it. I mean, I drive by this army base every time I go out really far for a ride. And on this trip, I go out because I need to mentally unwind. I'm so stressed out about losing my job and everything else going on that I just need to get out. Focus on the ride. Focus on the wind. The other drivers around me. Just get the raw power of my Harley Davidson IRON 1200. I don't need a Sportster S. This is my bike. There are many like it, but this one is mine. I take my drone out today for the first time. I had to come up with an idea of something at least semi-creative to film. I think my true passion is filmmaking. I love making these videos and I love sharing every moment with you guys. I'm not the greatest at it by no means. I'm not a professional editor. But there are some things my eye sees, such as the world's largest spur. Why Lampasas has the world's largest spur, I have no idea. But that's where I'm headed, that's where I'm going to see. I also love the bridge going out here through Copper's Cove coming up in the next few minutes. I find it very eye appealing. I love going over it, except when it's very windy like it is today. Unfortunately, I want to get some shots of this bridge with my drone, but unfortunately DJI tells me it's a no-fly zone. I guess I could pull over and do it and just click the box, but I'm working on getting my 107 pilot's license so I can fly commercially. That way I can start charging money for this. That way it's a side hustle. But the reason I'm going out here is I gotta unwind. I gotta find a reason to create moto vlogs now because I'm in a lull. I've been sitting at 268 subscribers now, and I know it's my content. I try to put my all into it, and sometimes, you know, life just happens. And there's nothing I can do about it. I just feel the road, the vibrations from the bike, all that raw power underneath me of the 1200 engine brings me to life, and I can see it calming my nerves the further I go out. I just wish the road conditions were a little bit better than they were. Unfortunately, they still are not fixed from the winter storm we had in February. You can see by the construction cones, they are working on it. But as we start to get into Lampasas and we start to slow down, I noticed a couple buildings coming up. It looks like they're building another gas station. And I noticed on my left a restaurant has closed. A lot has changed, and being a motovlogger, I actually forget about just being aware of my surroundings. I'm so focused on making content, I forget about being a rider some days. Some days I forget that I have other responsibilities that I can't always film. But I know in my heart that this is something I want to continue on and go forth with. Now, should I just become a full-time YouTuber? I don't know, maybe I should. I have the will, the power, and the creativity to do it. It's just sometimes I get frustrated when I make a video and it doesn't get the views I want? Should I throw in the towel? Should I give up? I'm not that type of person. I try to make anything work. There's always a way to make the content that you create work. In my case right now, literally, I'm making a voiceover because all the audio, you couldn't hear it over the wind. But, you know, I'm not the best at what I do, but I try to make something appealing to you guys. So as I pull in here and get some drone shots of this giant spur, take it with a grain of salt. This was literally my first time ever flying my drone outside of my backyard. I know the camera's a little jittery, but for the most part, I almost accidentally hit this thing several times just for the wind. You can't see the wind blowing right now, but I got a good gust of wind. I almost hit the top of the spur, and I think DJI and my wife would have been a little upset, but I think going forward, I'm going to bring the drone out and take more visual appealing things, such as this. Because if I hadn't have pulled in here, you would have never known this was here. Like, it is hidden by trees, which was another problem because when I was flying the drone around it, I kept trying to get a good angle at this, and there really isn't to get a whole 360 view of this spur. So I appreciate you guys watching. This is not my best video, like I said. This is just me giving you a channel update, and I worked hard on this content, and this is the best that I could create. Now, this is not my greatest creation, but if you haven't been here before, please watch some of my other videos and see what I can accomplish. And please, if you can, hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. I really appreciate it. Alright guys, enjoy your weekend and ride safe.